everyone. I think today we will start with a joke. Why didn't the 2 4s want any dinner? Because they already ate. Oh, that's a funny one. Today we're going to be learning about 3 different methods for multiplication. We're going to learn the standard algorithm for multiplying a 3-digit by 2-digit number. We're going to learn the grid method, and we're going to learn the lattice method, which can also be called the gelosia method. So we're going to start with this problem, and the first method that we're going to discuss is the standard algorithm, or long multiplication. So to set this up, we're going to take 697 and put it on top because it contains the most digits. And we're going to multiply by 56. We're going to start by multiplying the ones place, meaning multiplying 697 by 6. So 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 4 gives us 58. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 5 gives us 41. And then I'm going to cross these guys out so I don't get confused. There we go. Next, I'm going to multiply by the tens place. So I'm going to be multiplying 697 by 50. Taking into account that I'm multiplying by 50, I'm going to add a 0 here. And this is going to help us because it's going to hold our place since we're multiplying by 50 and not 5. So we call this a placeholder. 5 times 7 gives us 35. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 3 is 48. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 4, and that gives us 34. And then I'm going to add. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 5 is 13. 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 1 more gives us 10. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. And then 3 plus 0 is 3. So the answer to this multiplication problem is 39,032. A second method for multiplying is called the grid method of multiplication. So I'm going to draw a box, and this is going to be my grid. And I'm going to break up my numbers into their expanded form. So above this box, I'm going to put 600, and then 90, and then 7. This would work with any number of digits. Here I'm going to put 50 and 6. So now I'm going to multiply each box in the grid. So starting right here, I'm going to multiply 5 times 7, and that's going to give me 35. But looking at our place value, we see that there's a 0 here. So what I'm really multiplying is 7 times 50. So I can account for that by just adding a 0 to the end. Next, I'm going to multiply 50 times 90. And to do that, I'm going to multiply 5 times 9 to get 45. And then I have a 0 here and a 0 here. So I'm going to add 2 zeros. So 50 times 90 is 4,500. And then I'm going to multiply 600 by 50. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 5 to get 30. And then I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 zeros. I'm going to squeeze them in there to get 30,000. Now I'll do this row. 6 times 7 gives me 42. 6 times 90. To solve this, I'll multiply 6 times 9 to get 54. And then I have 1 0, so I'll go ahead and add that 0. And then 600 times 6, I'll multiply 6 times 6 to get 36. And then again, I have 2 zeros. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add straight across. So I will take 30,000 plus 4,500 plus 350. And when I add those straight across, I get 34,850. I'm going to add this row straight across, and when I add, I get 4,182. And if you compare this problem over here with the standard algorithm to what we just did, you'll see that it's the same set of numbers. So when we do our addition, we'll end up with the exact same answer. We've got a 2 here. 8 plus 5 is 13. We've got 8, 9, and 10. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then we've got our 3 here. So 39,032. Now, when you're adding straight across, don't be afraid to come out to the side and work out your math problem, because those can be big numbers. You can use scrap paper or come out to the side to do that math. The third method that we're going to do is called lattice multiplication or gelosia multiplication. So again, I'm going to make a grid. But this time, I'm going to divide my grid into some diagonals. Alright, so I've divided it up into diagonals. And instead of worrying about the expanded form, I'm just going to write the digits above. So 6, 9, 7, and then this will be 56. Let me switch colors here. So now I'm going to multiply each row, and it doesn't matter if you start from the top row or the bottom row. It has no effect on how your problem will be solved. If I start with the top row, I'm going to multiply 5 times 7, and I get 35. So I'm going to put my 5 here and my 3 here. 5 times 9 gives me 45, so my 5 will go here, and my 4 will go here. And then 5 times 6 is going to give me 30, which I would write just like that. Going down to my bottom row, 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 9 is 54. And 6 times 6 is 36. So my final step is going to be adding down the diagonal. So right here I just have a 2. In this diagonal I have 5 plus 4 is 9. And then 9 plus 4 is 13. And I'm going to carry my 1. Oops, sorry, not there. I'm going to carry my 1 right here. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. Plus 1 is 20. So I'm going to have a 0 here, and I'm going to carry my 2. 3 plus 4 is 7. Plus 2 gives me 9. And then this 3 is all by itself. So 39,032 would be my answer. Now I am going to do one more, pretending that I have some smaller numbers to deal with. So let's say I do a different problem. Let's say we have 326 times 42. I'm just going to do the gelosia or the lattice method for this problem because it'll look a little different because my numbers are smaller. So I'm going to make my grid. Got 3, 2, 6, and then 4 and 2. I'm going to draw in my diagonals. Oops, sorry that this is messy. Keep in mind I have to write with a mouse. It's not an easy thing. And now I'm going to do my multiplication. So 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm going to put a 0 up here, and it's going to be 0, 8. And then 4 times 3 is 12. So I just wanted to show you what to do if you have a single digit number. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm going to write a 0 and a 4. 2 times 3 is 6. So this is going to be 0, 6. And then I'm going to add up my diagonals. So here I'm going to have a 2. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 4 gives me 9. 8 plus 2 is 10. Plus 6 gives me 16. So I'll carry my 1. 2 plus 1 gives me 3. And then I have a 1 right here. So the answer to this problem would be 13,692. All right, hopefully these examples help you. I'm going to give you one more problem to solve. And if you solve this problem, showing me all 3 methods, I will give you 1 extra credit point on Friday's test, along with $1. So let's do 563 times 53. So you'll solve this problem using all 3 methods: the standard algorithm or long multiplication, the grid method, and lattice multiplication or the gelosia method. Whatever name you want to call it's fine by me. Thanks guys, and we'll see you soon.